Welcome to practice. Hi, it's Kelly here and Pinecone welcoming you to practice. Pinecone just celebrated his 5th birthday this past week, so he does have a lot of gray markings since he was a puppy, but he is not an old guy quite yet. So happy 5th birthday to Cone, and welcome yourself to practice. Chair yoga is for everyone, and no two bodies are the same. So when we go through our range of motion today, remind yourself that this practice of yoga that we are doing with one another is meant to serve you. You are not to be a victim to this practice, a sacrifice to this practice. We're never putting our physical body into pain in order to cater to the yoga. Rather, you are being proud of your awareness when you've noticed that things aren't working for you, and find a practice that does work for you, does serve you, causes you to be pain-free at the end of your journey with one another. Because our goal is to put ease and stress-free movement into our body, and if that's not what you're experiencing, be proud that you've noticed. And we'll go through all sorts of different ways to modify, which means that you have to filter through all sorts of cues to see if it works for you or if it doesn't. But I'll tell you what, yoga is finding out what you don't like, and just as much as finding what you do like. So we must get comfortable with exploring that. And with a positive attitude, we begin our practice. If you need the support of your chair, you'll take a breath out to recline back into your seat and hang out. And as you work on strengthening your core, if you're sitting up in your seat, back is off of the chair, you'll breathe in, sit up nice and tall, chin tucks in towards the chest, and look down at your feet. Bring them right underneath your knees, unclench your toes, lift all of your toes off of the mat. If you're able to practice barefoot, you should take your shoes off when you join us in your yoga. All toes still lifted off of the mat. Your palms are face up. Widen through the palms. Blossom the shoulders open. Take an inhale. And breathe out. Shoulders relax. Toes drop down to the floor. Drop your right ear down to the shoulder. Try not to hold your breath throughout practice. Find a constant state of breathing in and out. So inhale, you'll come back to center. As you exhale, we'll switch sides. Gentle, easy with the neck back to center. We'll shift the eyes. You'll keep everything the same, but the head, as you breathe out, you'll look over to the right. Try to keep your belly the same, your thighs the same. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Once more, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. When you turn to the right, you'll take your chin, arc it out to the center of the mat so that your throat is open. You'll breathe out, chin drops down to the right shoulder. Inhale, throat opens, chin up to the sky. Exhale, chin drops down towards the shoulder. Notice this little 45-degree angle that you're trying to make from the tip of the chin down to the tip of the shoulder, and we'll meet in the middle. Head will come back to center as you notice the effects of that pose. If you're feeling dizzy, you're not alone. You can drop down to your forearms. You can look down towards the thighs or lean back in your seat. When we switch sides, you'll sit up tall, look to the left as you inhale, chin up to the ceiling. As you exhale, chin down to the shoulder. and back to center we go. Chin rounds in towards the chest. Let's take a gentle forward fold. You can bend at your hips and start to drop yourself all the way down to the thighs. Your hands drop down by the sides. If this is too much sensation for you, you're going to work on your chin. Chin will round in towards the chest. Just look down and forward fold your eyes down to the mat. Find your full expression. We'll hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. We sit up nice and tall, and our arms are an extension of our heart. As we reach our arms out nice and wide and we open our heart, we are mindful of that. We are grateful. We're filled with love for being able to be here in this present moment, to be able-bodied enough to sit and listen to this and practice yoga. We never take this for granted. And so as the heart opens, breath in, palms will face towards the front of the room. If you need a reprieve, just release the hands down to the sides, or take a little bend in your elbows. You're working towards arms nice and wide like a T, and lean back, not resting on your chair, but rather leaning back into your seat so that you're floating on those bones, those sits bones underneath you. And as you breathe out, you will lightly start to turn yourself to the right. Might just be an inch or two. Come back to center. That's your inhale. As you breathe out, you'll switch sides. You must give yourself a bunch of space when you practice chair yoga, so be sure that you can take your range of motion wherever you're sitting. Let's windshield back and forth a few times. Your knees need to stay put. Your torso needs to stay strong and active to guide you left and right, but the feet stay firmly rooted on the floor. You should start to be feeling some fatigue in the arms and the core. Come back to center. Arms are still wide like a T. Breathe in. As you exhale, hands drop down by the sides. Hold on to one side of your chair and take a little neck stretch, side stretch, as you arch to one side. Back to center we go. Breathe in. Exhales to switch sides. We must work on opening our hips a little bit more. And so we're going to take a wider stance here in just a moment. Your foot will definitely stay sealed to the floor if you have a dog laying on top of it. You won't go anywhere. Okay, so on your chair, you're gonna need to widen your stance. So yogi's choice how you'd like to sit to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and take about a 90-degree angle. If that's too sensational for you, just close your stance a bit more. Again, your spine is off of the back of your chair and you're not slumping into your seat, but rather inhale, sit up nice and tall, bring your hands out in front of you, fingertips nice and long. Hold here. Arms sweep overhead, that's on the breath in. Hands drop down, parallel to the floor, breathe out. This practice must serve you. You are not serving the yoga. The yoga is catering to your body. So breath in, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, drop to the middle. You'll take one more, breath in to reach and lift. Exhale to lower. From here, you're gonna take a twist. Take your hands to the side of your thigh and your chair and look over your shoulder. Suck in your belly and hold. Keep pulling the knees open, and they'll be tempted to cave in, but you're actively pulling the knees nice and wide. Come back to center, take a breath in. As you exhale, we switch sides. Hold on to the back of your chair if you can reach. We twist with the core, suck in the belly, look behind you. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. From here, we'll come up to standing. If you are able to, bop the hips up. Take a little hula swivel with the hips. Take any creature comforts you might need. If you're going to stay in a seat, just bring your legs back to the front of the mat. I would recline, extend your legs out nice and long. That's a good way to mimic standing. Off we go. Inhale, arms will sweep overhead. Press the hips forward. Any little swivels, stretches, and then back into your seat you will go. Back down to the mat. You're going to take a look down at your left foot and lift your left heel off of the mat. So you're on your left tippy toes, holding here. As you breathe out, you're going to round forehead in towards your left knee. Your hands can stay here, holding on to the lap, or hands onto the back of your head if that adds to your sensation. Then sit up tall. Keep that left leg with you. You're going to lift your leg off of the mat. Try to hover. Left foot is not on the floor. You are not leaning back in your chair. You have a tight belly. Accept the challenge. 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot down to the floor, and then we'll switch sides. Get that dog off of your foot and right heel off of the floor. So you're on the right tippy toes. Proud to be here. Widen through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, you're going to bow and fold over to the right knee. Once you sit up tall, right foot is coming with you. Let it hover off of the mat. If you need a different hand variation, you can always bring your palms together to heart's center. We hold the pose. 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot down to the floor. Zip the legs together to touch. You'll give yourself a hug. Your left arm is on top first, and then your right. This is your range of motion. So start where you're comfortable, then squeeze a little more, then off you go. Once you've given yourself a hug, you can take a few barrel rolls or washing machine swivels or clockwise motion, okay? Let your inner child come out to play. Use your imagination and switch directions with your hug. And then you'll sit up tall, you'll open your heart, palms wide in front of you, breathe in, right arm on top of the left in your hug this time, and take a little movement, a little fold, a little swivel, side to side. And some time to switch directions. If you're going one way, time to go another. You'll open the arms nice and wide like a T, and then start to bend at your elbows as much as you can. You're going to strive to bring your hands onto the back of your head. If you're able to do so, fly the elbows open nice and wide. If this does not serve you, do what you can. Somewhere in between is just fine. Think left elbow to your right knee. So as you exhale, you'll twist and lower. Back to center, breathe in. Right elbow, left knee. Back to center, breathe in. Left elbow, right knee. So notice this opposite crunch that we're taking side to side. If you have your hands on the back of your head, still use your core, not just twisting the neck and the elbows. Back and forth we go. 5, center we go. Release your hands by the sides and take a full body scan from your head down to the toes. How do you feel after a little bit of movement to run through the body? Notice how movement affects the next few moments of your day as you choose to slow down, to be patient, to be kind. May you blossom the shoulders open, sit up proud and tall to be here. Bring the hands at heart center as we honor the teacher and student inside each and every single one of us. So the light and teacher in me is so honored to guide the teacher and light in you. Namaste. Enjoy some chair yoga for the rest of your day, and I will enjoy this big crazy dog right here. So, see you, friends.